my name is Silly and welcome back to the Little Reader's Corner. Today I am doing my July bullet journal. So the funny thing is that actually I've done this many times before where I have ordered stickers like less than a week before the next month begins, so obviously I'm not going to get the stickers for that bullet journal spread for that upcoming month, and I did that again this time. So I actually got quite a few stickers because I usually get my stickers from Sticky Club. Highly recommend. They're pretty great. They work with independent artists and it's a good time. But they recently had a sale, so I got quite a few, which is very exciting. But of course, there's still a lot of shipping delays and all of that, so I won't be getting them for probably a couple weeks. So for this one, I decided to use some leftover stickers that I specifically got for my other journal, which is more of my health, wellness, mental health, all those kinds of things. I also do my tarot spreads in that journal. But I got these stickers for that journal originally, and then I decided, you know what? Stickers are meant to be used, and I haven't used these yet. I only used a couple of them, so I decided to use these for the month of July as well. So the theme is not exactly space or moon or galaxy or celestial. It's more animals in space, kind of, because I happen to have two sticker packs. One is whales living their best lives in space, and the other one is insects in jars surrounded by stars. So they kind of work together somehow. And then I also have this cute little moon phase stamp that I have that I really wanted to use as well. And then I think my third sticker pack is like human people, that's celestial, something like that. So I decided to go with that, and I wanted to leave my cover page a little bit more neutral toned. And I just kind of went with the stickers, a little bit of black paper, some torn out pages from a book. Yes, I did tear out pages from an actual book. It's fine, you don't have to worry about it. It's no book that you care about, probably. And no, I will never tell you what book it is. I also wrote down some important dates. So there were a lot of my friends' birthdays in June, so that's pretty wild. July, not June. I think this is the month of Leos. I think they're all Leos. I'm not sure. I don't know much about zodiacs, but there you go. So I'm kind of finishing up this front page, but I felt like there was still a lot of white space on the title page area on the right side, so I decided to put this quote. I don't remember what it says, but we'll find out in just a moment. And later, I actually took 2 breaks while I was filming this because I didn't like how some of the later pages turned out, so I just took a little mental break. And then I came back and kept going. And you know what? I like how it turned out in the end. It was a bit of a process, but especially since I don't like planning out my spreads, I think the fun of journaling, just for me, is to do it as the ideas come to me. If I spend 4 hours planning and drawing out everything, it won't be as fun in my mind. And I do this to relax and to have a good time. So because of that, I had originally planned to put more color in the beginning spread, but I really liked how it turned out. I didn't want to accidentally ruin it by throwing some color on there. And then I started throwing in this kind of bright teal blue color for the later spreads. Oh, here we go, we're starting. And at first I loved it, and then I hated it, and then I liked it again in the end, especially because one of my acrylograph pens was not working. If you've ever used acrylograph from Archer and Olive, I love Archer and Olive, but these acrylograph pens are a love-hate relationship. I don't know if I'm accidentally drying mine out right now because I don't clean them. I think you're supposed to clean them, but if I clean my pen every single time I use it, it's gonna be a lot. So I actually cut out a chunk of time when I spent drawing that little white banner across the planet orb star thing in the center. I also hate how the banner turned out. I don't think I did it right, but you know what? Who cares? It's my journal, it's for fun. I'm just living my best life. And I got my inspiration for this mood tracker off of Pinterest. There was something that was kind of similar with like these planetary orbs that were all kind of connected like stars. And I really liked it. I was listening to my audiobook while I was doing this, so it was great. So I spend quite a bit of time decorating these little constellations, and then I'm going to color them in later, but I haven't decided which colors I wanted to use because I got so stressed out with having more color in the spread than I originally thought I was going to have. So I'm going to make a legend for that later. But I ended up numbering them as well, and I swear I counted them like 3 times, but I was also literally like at the last chapter of my audiobook of the 5th season, so I was kind of, swept up in that. So I miscounted, and I think there are 3 or 4 extra circles. But you know what? We don't have to worry about that. Like it's all good. Oh gosh, and then this thoughts section. Okay, I think this and then me bringing in the extra colors on the left side is what really threw me off. Like I needed a hot second to figure out what I wanted to do there. And at first I put down this like thoughts banner. Oh gosh, I hated it so much. And then I tried to like bring in more of the black pen and some stickers, and it was not working. Like I hated this page. It's okay, towards the end, like it makes more sense. It kind of comes together. Here, I tore it off. Kind of ruined the page, but it's fine, you can't tell. And then put more stuff on there, just kept layering, and that's just my strategy in journaling and in life. If you just keep tossing things on there, at some point it'll work. I put these little bits of scrap on the left side. It was kind of working out, it was adding up. Yeah, see, there she goes. She's kind of got it figured out now. But in terms of my personal life, I recently got a couch, which to most people listening probably have a couch, but I didn't have a couch in my apartment. I moved in here about 2-ish months ago, and I have been trying to acquire a couch that would not break my bank account, but I also needed to get a couch that I could either get delivered to my doorstep or one that I could somehow transport myself, and both of them were highly unlikely, so it was stressful. And yeah, it was a lot. But then I had a friend come into town who was kind of like working with his family to move his grandparents out and all this stuff, and they had like extra furniture, and he was like, hey, do you want my couch? And I'm like, yes, of course I want your couch. And it also happens to be a really cute, well-loved couch. So now I have a couch. I'm so happy with my couch. Like, I look over at it sometimes and I get really excited because I have a couch, and just, appreciate the stuff you have, because man, couches are fantastic. I love it so much. Okay, back to the spread. So I was toying around with what to call these lists, because on the left is like literally my TBR, but I also want it to be kind of like a wrap up. And then the right side is a watch list. So what did I watch? What do I want to watch? And for TV and movies. But yeah, so I called it read list and watch list just to have some symmetry there. I could have just called it TBR at the top for what I want to read, but there was too much room. I wanted to, take up that space a little bit more. Then I added some stickers. I was trying to figure out how to make it a little more cohesive, and I was adding all of the numbers, and soon I will find out that I added too many planets, or maybe Maybe it'll turn out that I've just missed a chunk of numbers because I'm still listening to the audiobook at this point. Yeah, see, there you go. Two planets are just now Saturn rings. And now I decided to add a couple more stickers and just look at everything. And then I added a little bit more of a gold pen. I added quite a few stars to try to tie it all together. And you know what? Now I kind of like it. Now I think it makes sense. But God, I really love that blue, but it just looks so turquoise. I don't know. It's fine. You know, we don't have to have every creation that we make be our favorite thing. But anyways, so that was it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one.